There's this rather new genre of art style called 2D HD. It means you're making a game that has sprite based characters, but the world itself is fully built, fully realized, fully imagined. And one of the best examples of glorious 2D HD is Live Alive. Now, this game technically came out last year originally on the Nintendo Switch, but this version of it, as much as this game is a role-playing masterpiece, it had some technical drawbacks. The game was hard stuck at 30 frames a second, it didn't have the best resolution, whereas now it's coming to the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5, and I've been playing the heck out of it with an early code provided by Square Enix. So let's discuss why I love this and why I think you should give it a shot. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's just start things off by saying that this is very much a very modern take on a retro vibe. Live Alive technically came out on the Super Nintendo in the freaking 90s, and yet it was just so ahead of its time, it felt like the developers weren't sure that people would fully get it. Whereas this remake completely captures that original essence, but now makes it even more glorious thanks to that 2D HD. Now, I want to start things off by talking about the small technical changes that make this so much better on the PlayStation. First and foremost, my God, does it look fantastic. When I initially played this and beat it on the Nintendo Switch, I certainly enjoyed it as a handheld experience. This is something that deserves to be on the biggest TV possible, because you might think, okay, it's little tiny sprites, it's little like retro bit. No. This looks so good on a big screen freaking TV to actually enjoy it, and also hear it with good headphones because the music in this is spot freaking on. Now, additionally, there were some very annoying load times on Nintendo Switch. I'm not trying to bag on the Switch, but I'm very thankful that I now am playing this on a console with a solid state, because it's super nice to just be able to go area to area, zone to zone, pop into a shop, craft an item, open a menu with absolutely zero load screens. I mean, just by looking at it, you can tell this game is freaking beautiful. It's glorious because of all of its different, completely insane art styles. Now, the best part about Live Alive, for those who have not played it, is that there is 8 separate characters who not only have completely different stories, but they're set in different eras, they have different play styles, and honestly, they're so weird. Some of them are funny, some of them are dark and gritty. Let me talk about some of my favorites of these characters, because they're all just spectacular. But going through this on the PlayStation 5, I definitely appreciate all the different intricacies. There's like a professional wrestler who's set in the modern day. When you play as him, the game basically becomes like Street Fighter. You actually have a character select screen, and you have to defeat a bunch of different famous brawlers, like a guy who battles you on a beach, or a sumo wrestler who's trying to take you down. And as you fight them, by actually entering combat, getting hit by their special moves, you learn them. So it's almost like Mega Man, where you can use one guy's special ability and it's another dude's weakness. But that coolness actually goes into some of the creativity of this as well. There is a character that is a caveman. This is the prehistory story. It's completely non-verbal. It has zero spoken dialogue, but it's actually quirky and funny and witty. It almost has this like Three Stooges style of slapstick humor as these different cavemen try and pantomime hunger and attack and invade. And on top of this, every different character you play as has this interesting turn-based grid style system of combat. Like, let me show you with the Wild West guy. This is a cowboy who's trying to defend a tiny town called Success. Now, for him, in this system, it is typical turn-based combat. You and the enemies are set up and you're taking turns punching each other in the face. So with him, though, there is definitely a strategy to it. How do I flank my enemies? How do I I unleash my ammo? Can I line people up for a pierce shot? And this goes for all the different characters. I personally loved the near future character. It's a guy who's an orphan who's just sleeping in parks and is psychic. Yep, that's right. So that means you are wandering around battling against street gangs while reading minds. And there's also mechs and motorcycles. Every freaking character in this game feels like a main character. And that's the best part about it. You know, I play a lot of RPGs. I play a lot of different games that have RPG systems. You know, leveling up and talent trees and stuff. Live Alive actually focuses on the role-playing aspect of role-playing game. You are actually participating in these worlds. And I love that so much. All 8 of the characters we play as are not just well written and fun to play as, but they're actually interesting and evocative. I like the fact that it's just so cool to me that when I'm playing as this ninja character, it introduces a stealth system where I'm trying to memorize keywords and break into bases and use my ninjutsu to take down enemies. It's also cool that when I'm playing as a wandering monk who's looking for a disciple, it's nice that the different environments are just so far apart. They're so changed. This game really feels like 8 separate tiny projects combined. Now, since I have beat this before, I kind of blew through it again for this new playthrough. This doesn't really have very much side content. This is a game that if you're trying to get the Platinum Trophy, it's pretty dang easy because you kind of just beat all 8 of the stories and then you unlock like a final chapter and you beat that and then you get the Platinum. There's a teeny tiny bit of side stuff, but since this is technically a Super Nintendo game that's just rebuilt, it's pretty straightforward. But even still, I kind of appreciate the fact that this does feel like a game where you're just going on this very pre-built, very focused, very fun roller coaster. This is one of those games that I feel like I want to show it to non-gamers. One of my roommates is like a construction dude. He doesn't know anything about anything when it comes to tech. And so I brought him in here and just took him to the office to show him Live Alive because nobody's experienced a game that's just so all over the place. And I think that's part of why people like it so much. Whether it is far future or ancient past or going on random little quirky side quests, there's so much music and character and heart, and every enemy character model has different stats and crazy abilities. I love this game. I loved it on Nintendo Switch, and genuinely, I love it even more on PlayStation 5. I can't think of a single critique. It's that freaking fun. You can literally just Google, is Live Alive good, and see a million reviews of people saying it's the best game ever. And now that I've beat it once again, you know what? It's still the damn best game ever. If you're looking for something that is bizarre and off the wall and actually going to make you love retro Square Enix even more, buy this game. I guess my one thing is I wish it was on Xbox. This is on Steam. It's on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and of course Nintendo Switch as of last year. I kind of wish this was actually on Xbox because more people need to experience this game. It is truly one of a kind. But what do you guys think about it? Please tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed it, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. And also, I just want to say I love you guys. Times like this where I get to talk about a good game, oh man, it literally warms my heart. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.